Oh, I don't know if she's gonna make it or not. I know she was really excited about it. So I'll record it. I'm not gonna post this anywhere, but I'm gonna let her watch it. Super cool. How's your summer going, Sue?
Too fast.
I know.
It's been extremely hot.
Oh,
We had the cicadas, which wasn't too bad here.
yeah. Are they gone now?
For the most part, I walked today and it was a lot more quiet than it has been in the past week or 3 weeks or whatever.
I thought we were gonna have cicadas and we did not. Which I'm not complaining because I'm not a massive fan. Did you guys have cicadas, Annika?
We're just starting to get them.
Oh, okay. So they're still traveling.
I'm sorry. I'm glad we're getting done with them.
I like cicadas. They're kind of cool.
Well, it depends on how long they stay around and how many varieties, and it's all
The
relative.
noise didn't bother me. People were saying, "Oh my gosh, it's so loud and everything." That didn't bother me. It's when they're dive bombing at you, and
Yeah.
it's not just a small bug. It's a big.
Right.
That's what I didn't like.
I know. We went down to Tennessee for my son's race, and when we went down, I was like, "Oh yeah, I can hear them," but I only heard them in pockets of places, and then I completely forgot about them for the rest of the weekend. So I didn't hear them the rest of the time. And then on the way back, I was commenting on them, and he's like, "Oh, they were out because on the bike they were just."
Oh, I bet.
And I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
"Oh, I didn't even think about that." That's so gross.
Just keep your mouth shut, that's for sure.
Yep. Anyway, well, I should find what I'm doing because I have it all written out. I thought that today we would, because this is what I needed. You see how this works?
It's okay.
Yeah, actually, it's really cool. I think that we're gonna draw something and we're gonna make it into a brush, which is actually ends up being a stamp, so that you can stamp it onto something. Like for instance, I've been wanting to make my logo into a stamp because I always have to copy and paste it, like my logo that's right here. You can see it on my logo right here on my next right here. I always use that, and I always have to copy and paste it from one place onto whatever I'm working on, and I want to be able to just use a pen and click it on my thing and have it appear. So the ways that you would use it, Sue, if you are using any of your photographs, you could bring your photograph into Procreate and you could have your signature, or you could have a watermark. You could reduce the opacity significantly and put your, whatever signature or whatever over. Annika, you might use it if you wanted to create, like your mom does rubber stamping, you could have stamps on your Procreate and you could create all kinds of scenes. So I'm going to show you how to create stamps, and then you can create all kinds of stuff, because I have taught you how to create layers and shadows. And so you can use this technique with some of the other things that we've learned. And it's good. So I can see a lot of practical applications for it. And selfishly, I wanted to learn how to do this because I need it. So we are going to start out with one of the things that is important for us to get really crisp images for something that you're going to use over and over and over is we want to make a really nice, clean image. And so we're going to create a new canvas. So we're going to click the plus sign in the top right corner, and we're going to create with the plus sign on the folder. We're going to create one that is using pixels. We're going to create one that is 3,000 wide by 3,000 high, and make sure that it's at least 300, maybe 350 DPI.
Can you spotlight your screen?
Oh, I sure can. Yes. Thank you.
I'm like,
Yeah. Definitely.
So there's not one already in there. It's something we would have to identify.
Yeah, I mean, we might have used one before, but That
Can
is
you
good.
change a canvas you already brought up?
It's possible that, yeah, if you already have one that's 3,000 by 3,000, you definitely could use that. So I'll show you how you would find that. So if you look in, if you are clicking for a new canvas, if we wouldn't have named it, you can just look down here and go, I would say right along here. So here's one that's 1080 by 1440. Here's 300 by 300. That wouldn't be it. And we can create it today and then you can delete it later if you'd like to. Let's see. Yeah, at the very bottom, you might have, at the bottom of the list are the ones that you would have created that are not default on the system.
What was the DPI?
3,000 by 3,000, and the DPI, you would have to open the document to be able to see it. And the DPI, you would, if you click on this wrench and you click on canvas and you click on canvas information, and you click on dimensions, you can see that the dimensions would be 350 or 300 would be fine as well. It's probably, for the sake of this evening, it's probably fine to create a new one. And then you can delete it after the evening's done if you would like to. Okay, so for tonight, I am going to use a monoline brush, which is in the default settings. It's in the calligraphy set, and it's just the monoline. So it is not pressure sensitive. It just has a nice solid line. And I'm going to do kind of a curved line like this, just a gentle curve. And I'm going to thicken the bottom part of it. Where's my edit? I'm going to draw another one next to it. We could use a pressure sensitive brush for this. So there's not you can decide how you want to accomplish this thing. We're going to just draw a stem. And you can use your eraser and clean it up if you want to. We're drawing kind of a branch with leaves. So it doesn't have to be super precise. We're just kind of playing with the process of drawing. And so this is secondary to what we're actually learning tonight. But I want you to have something that you enjoy. So whatever you want to do is fine. So after you have a branch, we're going to add leaves. And so if you want to make your brush a little bit thicker, you certainly can, because this is a fairly large canvas. So your lines are probably fairly skinny. I'm going to draw arcs like this. Make sure they're closed because we're going to use the color drop technique to fill in these colors. And I am just using black because we are, we're creating a stamp. And so it's going to be a single color because when we stamp it, you can change the colors on it. So I'm just doing arcs. These are the part of the Doodle alphabet that you are very familiar with. Annika, I'm using your Apple Pencil still because the new Apple Pencil doesn't work with this iPad. I have to get a new iPad as well. But I'm depending on work to get that for me because this is work's iPad. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a new one too, because
yeah,
this one's old.
yeah. But exciting. Maybe that can be your personal bribe. Like as soon as I'm done with this task, my prize is going to be a new iPad. That would be a
They're
worthy
so
one.
expensive though.
I know, but guess what? When you get a job, you're going to be able to afford it. So you can definitely make that an incentive. So Annika is preparing for the GED, and she's gonna take the first part in July.
Good.
Yeah. That's pretty exciting.
I'm actually going back on campus tomorrow.
Good, very good. I bet your parents would negotiate splitting or paying part of your iPad with you if you make it as an incentive. Don't tell them I said that, but I think that you could probably negotiate it with them.
I think honestly, with the money I have in my savings, I could probably afford one right now, but
I just think you should, I think you should negotiate with them. That's my honest to goodness truth. Thought. I think you should, I think you should negotiate with your sister, your parents, and yourself and go thirds.
getting my sister in on that is gonna be hard.
Well, she doesn't have to do thirds. You can say, you know, part, just, I'm collecting bids on my future. There you go.
There you go.
All right, so make sure all of your leaves are closed and yours don't, because we are doing leaves, they definitely can be organic, so they don't have to be precise. My leaves are kind of a little bit precise, but yours can be whatever you want them to be. And remember, you can drag and drop your color and then click on continue filling, and then you can just tap to continue filling in these little sections. And if it happens to flood your whole screen, it's because one of your leaves is not complete.
I learned that one the hard way the other day.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. The other thing is if you are filling it in, let's see, let's get rid of, oops. If you have dropped it and it's going, if it fills the whole thing, it's because your threshold up here is too high. So if you drag and it fills the whole thing, you need to just hold your pen down and bring your threshold down a little bit. Also, if it doesn't fill into your whole line, let me show you that. If your threshold is too low, well, you can see here, see how there's a little white space next to my line? Yeah. That means that the threshold is not high enough. So you need to drag your pen and then bring the threshold up so that it can fill to the full line. And the next step after we have done that is we are going to use the eraser as a pen. So make sure that your pen, your eraser is using the same brush as what you're writing with. So I've selected the monoline eraser.
Ooh.
Same as my monoline brush. And I'm just going to go on the inside of each of my leaves and draw the vein of my leaf. And that is going to be what I create as my first brush.
Close enough.
Okay. Let me know when you have your leaf ready. And if you want to, you can click on this arrow right here and kind of center it on your canvas. So that it's not super, you don't have to be super precise, but if it's sitting up here, it's going to change where it stamps. So you want to, kind of center it where it looks like it's kind of in the middle of your canvas. Okay. So this is the step where we start making it into a brush or a step. I want to make sure that you can see where I'm clicking. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, are you ready, Sue?
Yeah.
Okay. The first thing we're going to do is click on the wrench tool. And we're going to click share. And choose JPEG. Like from that whole list of things, we're going to choose JPEG. And we're going to click save image. So that's basically just going to save it onto our iPad as a photograph. Okay. And then we're going to click on our brush menu right here. And at the very top of the brush menu, you can see this plus sign at the top of the brush menu. So if you probably don't have as many brush libraries as I do, because I've kind of collected a few. But you can click on the plus at the very top. And we're going to start your own brush library. And I just called mine My Brushes. And you can call your library whatever you want it to be. I'm going to start this one over. So mine is called My Brushes. And when you, let's see, when you do that, you can see it says untitled set. And you can just erase that, and you can use the keyboard to use My Brushes. Are you hearing me okay?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I hear some feedback. It's not making sense to me. Let me see. Okay. After you've done that, we're going to. Okay, so now you're in My Brushes. Now you're going to click this plus sign, because now you need a new brush in your library. And you're going to click on that new brush, and so if you're going to get this default brush that looks like this. So this isn't really the brush we want. The first thing we're going to do is click shape, because we want to change the shape of the brush. And you can see that the shape right now is a circle. And we don't want the circle. I'm going to change my camera. I've been doing it this direction. So I've changed my iPad to the portrait because orientation, because that's what I'm used to. So now you're going to click on shape source.
Where is that?
If you are in the portrait.
Oh, I got it. I'm here. I'm with you.
Just click on that. And then at the top of the screen, you can see where it says import. And then you're going to say import a photo. And then you can see your your picture is right there that you just saved. You're going to click on that. And now with 2 fingers, you're going to click on that, and it's going to invert it and make it white rather than black, because that's what all of your brushes, if you look in your brush library, they're all white on black. Did yours turn white?
Mhm.
Yours too, Annika? Okay. And now you can click done. So now, if you actually looked at this, all of this whole swirl is a whole bunch of your branches. So we need to make it look like a single branch. So let's see. Let me find where we are. Are you stuck, Annika, or are you good?
I'm good. I'm just kind of playing around at the moment.
Okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we've imported it, we've changed it white. Okay, so now we're going to go to the top of the screen on the left where it says stroke path. And we're going to change the top one. We're going to bring it all the way to max.
Well, that's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And then, so that means that we just changed the spacing between each leaf. So instead of them being all on top of each other, we've changed the space between them. And then we're going to skip the stabilization label right here, and we're going to go down to taper. And on taper, we're going to move the opacity slider all the way to the max, because we don't want it to be see-through. We don't want a transparent leaf. We want it to be all the way opaque. We don't want it to be see-through. Then we're going to move down. We've already done the shape. We've chosen the shape, which is a leaf. The next thing we're going to do is grain. And for the grain, we are going to make sure that you are on the tab that says moving, not texturized. So on the moving one, we want to change movement all the way down to 0. And if you see, like if you have it high, you can see that it says there's a percentage. If you move it all the way down to 0, it all of a sudden changes to stem.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
And then you're going to change the scale to 50%. And we're going to change zoom all the way to 0. Because we want to be able to just change the size based on what we set the size on, on the little slider on the side. And then you can leave the rest of it as it is. Now we're going to move down to the Apple Pencil. The rest of these are where it says rendering and wet mix. Those are when you're dealing with pressure sensitive brushes or different colors of brushes, you mess with those, and that's a whole nother thing. But we're just going to go down to Apple Pencil, and we're going to move the opacity down to none.
Oh, that's interesting.
What happened?
I gotta try that again because I can't explain what happened.
Okay.
It became brighter.
Yeah. Okay.
I all of a sudden was touching the screen and I've got a whole bunch of them now. It's like I was drawing with it and I don't know how to get rid of it.
Yeah, so this section right here on your screen,
Right.
this is kind of like where you can try them out. So that's
So
okay.
I'm not
You're
worried
fine.
about it.
Yep, no worries.
Okay,
Okay, and then for the last attributes, we're going to go to properties, which is right below Apple Pencil, and in the brush behavior down here, we're going to set the minimum and the maximum. So the maximum size, we can make it quite big because we want to be able to stamp them whatever size we want them. And the minimum size,
Oh,
I would make them about, so it can be 1,000% or 1,100. And the minimum I would make about 3%. And then, or whatever you want it to be, you can decide. And then the maximum, the opacity can be maximum. And then we can click done. So now you have your brush. It's untitled. So if you want to title your brush, you can click on it, and at the very bottom of this list, you can see about this brush. And you can click on the untitled brush, and you can erase that and go branch or whatever you want to call it. And so now it's gone. You can even say who it was made by. It will record the date that it was made, and it was made at 7/22 or whatever, and you can click done. So now if we want to test it out, you can turn off the layer that we created it on, right? So you can, if you click on this check mark, you can turn that layer off, create a new layer, and you can change the size of this. You can see that your brush size changes here.
oh,
And you can just click on it. You can make it bigger. You can make it bigger. And now you have your own stamp.
ooh,
How cool is that? And if you want to change the color of it, you can change the color and the size. So now you have your own stamp. How cool, how cool, how cool.
spooky.
I'm like a kid on Christmas right now.
Isn't it fun? So let's make, well, I'm going to give you the option. We can make another, we could make a pot, to put the leaf in, because once you know how to do this process, you can make a whole ton of stamps. Like you can, the fact that you have a library now called My Brushes, you can do whatever you want. So would you prefer to make a pot, or would you prefer to make, like, I just went through and created my logo so that I could stamp my logo in whatever size I decided I want to do stamp it. Would you rather make your name or something else, or would you rather make a pot with the branch in?
I'm cool with the name.
I'm good with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you, I don't know, why don't you guys, you can use the same canvas that we just created, turn off the layers that we have used, choose the pen that you want to use. So if you want to keep using the calligraphy and monoline, and if you want to use the, if you click on the wrench and canvas, you can turn on the drawing guide so that you have lines to draw on, and then you can you can create, whatever you want to create for your name. Sue, you might create a camera that has like a, I don't know if you've ever thought about a logo situation, but what would you create your name with? Where would you see yourself using a name, Annika?
For my podcast.
Oh yeah. So what's your podcast going to be about?
It is about not letting ADHD define you.
Okay. And what ideas do you have for your logo?
I to be determined at the moment.
Okay, so let me think about it for a second.
Um,
Do you have a name for your podcast?
ADHD does not define you.
Okay.
But my publishing name, the name I use that I publish under is Ginger. I think. Hold on. Yes.
If you want to move something that you put on there, I know I should know this, but I don't.
That's
I
fine.
don't
Yeah, that's
remember.
why we're doing this. Okay, so if you click on this little icon here
Okay,
and you circle a part that you want to move,
got it,
and then you
Okay.
click on the arrow,
got it, okay.
you can do just that part.
Oopsie daisies.
Okay.
That's kind of weird.
Oh, your handwriting is so much better than mine.
You know how long I've been doing this, girly?
A long time?
A little bit.
A long time.
You're not that old.
Mm, Okay, do you want this, Annika?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to, let me think about the best way to give this to you. I'm gonna send it to you in the chat. Mm. Remember that one? That's funny. Mhm.
That's like the 5th time I've tried to write with my eraser.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Ugh.
It happens.
I'm like, why isn't this writing?
Where did it go? I'm not used to this now. Yes. Okay. There it is.
Thank you.
Grab it and save image, and then how would you get it? Oh, are you on a Mac, or what kind of computer are you on?
I'm on a Mac.
Okay, so you should be able to airdrop it to yourself from here.
Yeah, I should be able to. Hang on. Or just text myself, because that's the easiest way to do things. And then text. Save into the photos. There it is. Okay. Now I can head back over to Procreate.
Okay, so you already have it as a JPEG because that's how it saves. Sue, do you have something that you can make into a stem?
Yeah. I do.
Okay,
Kind of silly, but
that's okay.
you leave me to my own resources, and I, kind of go off.
No, that's all good. That's, I mean, this is more of a learning. And what I would suggest here, Sue, is go through the oh shoot, let me think. Actually, I'll send you this document so that you have it. Okay.
Oops.
So both of you need to go and, well, you already have a save, but you're going to, Sue, you're going to click share, and you're
I
going to.
did that. I'm there. All I need to do is send it somewhere.
No, you don't have to. You just have to click save image.
Like that?
Uh-huh. Okay, and you already have yours saved as an image, right, Annika? It's
Yes, I am just
in your photos.
changing background color really quick because I can.
Okay. So, well, you don't want to have a background color because it's just going to be, you want it to land on whatever you're going to put it on, right?
Can you color parts of it in? No? This is what I have.
We are, oh, that's cute. Let me think about this, because
And I can take the color out.
yeah, we are working beyond the scope of what I'm showing you now because we're not doing multicolor.
Got
Okay.
it.
Um,
Can, it,
but-
oops,
but is it possible to do that? Absolutely. Is it what we're doing tonight? Absolutely not.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Once you put color in, how do you take it out without just using white? Because white would
Yeah,
take away.
just actually you don't even have to worry about it because when we invert it, it's going to invert it all to white. So you can leave it the way that it is.
Okay.
Okay. Okay,
I'm
so
gonna use this for my podcast now.
there, well, I feel famous.
Mm,
Might as
Okay.
well be.
Okay, so now we're going to click on the brush right up here. And we are going to go to, you're in My Brushes or wherever you are, and we're going to click the plus sign.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to click on Shape. Because we are creating a shape and we are clicking Shape Source. And we are importing
Oh, my
a
pencil.
photo.
Come on. There it goes. Import a photo.
And then we're going to click the photo that we're importing. And then as soon as you see your photo, you're going to use 2 fingers, tap to invert it.
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. I like that.
And then we're going to
That's
click
kind of
done.
cool.
Done. Okay.
Okay, now we have this massive stroke of whatever it is that we've done. And we are going to go to
Stroke path.
stroke path, correct. We have to change the spacing. And we're going to change the spacing all the way up so that we're adding space between all of those images.
What did jitter and fall off do?
And you can play with those. I'm not sure. I messed with them and I couldn't tell the difference and I didn't have time to play with them. But you can, I mean, you have, you know, after you've realized there's so many different fine tuning things here. Okay, so now we're gonna skip stabilization, click on taper. And under taper, we're moving opacity all the way up so that we don't have transparent things. And we are going to move on to grain. On grain, we are changing movement all the way down so that we have stamp. And
Oopsie.
we are changing scale up to 50%. And
50?
we are changing zoom all the way down.
Why am I not seeing zoom? Zoom. There it is. My goodness, I'm blind.
Then we're going to Apple Pencil. And we are changing opacity down to 0. We're going to properties and we are changing the preview. No, we're not changing the preview. We're changing the minimum and maximum sizes. So we're moving maximum size all the way up. Minimum size is going to be around 3. And
Where's the minimum and maximum?
the minimum and maximum under brush behavior.
What did you do for the max?
I did it like 1100, 1200. And then we're going to go to about this brush. And we're going to title it whatever you want to call it. And we're going to click done.
What was brush behavior? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's you changing a maximum to around 1200. You can, this is a personal preference, so 1200 for maximum or 1300, and then minimum is going to be around 300. And then you want to come out and test your,
Whoa. I have it in a like really kind of pretty blue-green right now, and I
isn't that the coolest thing ever? So now you have Ginger, ADHD does not define you. Ta-da!
Thank you.
That's the coolest thing. Did yours work, Sue?
Yes, I'm just trying to change the title.
Oh, okay. So, if you find a size that you love, you know that you can, after you've set the size, you can tap on the size, and then there's this plus sign right here. You can click plus, and then it will always default to that. It doesn't mean you can't use a different size, but that's the size that you know is a really good size for you to use on whatever you normally use. You can set more than one, so you can have one at 10%, and then you can have one at 20%.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When I go and tap on the paper,
Mm-hmm.
my camera shows up, but it disappears. What am I doing wrong?
So when you go like this, it shows up and then it's gone?
Yeah,
Huh.
here, can you see? No, you can't.
Let me unspotlight my screen. Just a second. Let me find my cursor first of all. Remove spotlight. Let me spotlight you. Okay,
No, it's upside down.
Go ahead. Let me see yours.
You want me to hold it up?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Like when I go like that,
Oh,
it shows up, but
yeah.
it disappears.
Interesting. Let me think.
It's a cute little thing.
It's a cute little thing.
I checked layers. I don't see anything with the layers.
No, it's not layer. Okay.
Except that something's goofy because when I look at the layers,
um,
there's a whole bunch of them on there. So something is making it disappear. If that made any sense.
I wonder if your pencil
Share
setting
JPEG.
has I wonder if you change the pencil pressure setting or
What is the maximum size for the brush behavior and minimum size again?
I did like 11 or 1200 and
I've got 855, so
that's fine. Yeah.
Maximum opacity. And maximum is all the way to the right and minimum is all the way to the left, correct?
Yeah, let me just think. I'm actually doing a Google search. Let's see, why am I Procreate? Is your transparency setting on the side of your screen? Like what's this setting at right here?
On the left side, the pencil,
The bottom one, yeah.
it was all the way up.
It is all the way up because look
Yeah.
here, when mine is all the way down, I click on it and lift up.
But see, if you look at my layers, oops. If you look no, won't stay on. I don't know if you can see that.
Hold it up closer to the camera. Like I'm not seeing your full screen. Hold it up so that I can see your screen. Over a little bit.
But if you look at layer 3,
yeah. Oh,
you can see there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look at mine. Yep. And you're, okay, so let me see your, and those opacities all the way up?
Yes,
I bet there is an opacity setting somewhere in your brush. Okay, so let's look at that again. Let me go back and look. Mm, Let us go to
My cover art for my podcast has been updated to what you made me.
yay,
there you go.
that's so cool. Import photo. Okay, so look at the stable, look under taper.
Taper, okay.
What's that opacity set to?
Max,
Okay,
pressure is max,
yeah, needs to be max. And then
size is none,
which is
size, which is right above opacity.
okay. And let's go to and then
Okay, that changed it, I
okay.
think, hang on. No, that didn't help.
Okay, so what about Apple Pencil?
Okay,
And what's that opacity set to?
1%.
Okay, so that could be none.
Okay, that's none now. Flow is at 0%,
Okay.
and bleed is at none.
Yeah.
Opacity is none.
Okay.
Gradation is none. Bleed is none. Size is none.
Yeah. Okay.
It's weird.
Um, no, that's weird.
That's okay. I don't want to hold things up.
No, it's all good. I mean, I'm at the end of the task, but I want to figure out why it's doing that. I'm gonna do some Google search and see if I can figure out, because I want to learn this stuff too, because I mean, I tried a couple of different things and I could, like when I put my logo, which is round, the first time I did it, it came out oval and I couldn't figure out why it didn't, I just had to delete it and do it again. So it might be that would be an option as well, just go through the steps again. But I'm going to do some searching and then I will let you know what I find.
Okay.
Super, super cool. I'm going to stop my recording.
This is fun.
Yeah, super cool.
It is a lot of fun.
There's so much
like
stuff that
working
you
on
can
that,
do with
yeah.
it. Yeah.